Conflict. Conflict is a part of life, and you will undoubtedly run into it multiple times throughout your life. So it is important to be prepared so you can avoid damaging, stressful, frustrating, and uncomfortable conflicts like the ones shown in these pictures. One way you can avoid these types of conflicts is by using a method called collaboration. So what is collaboration? When an article from Gale Library shares, quote, collaborative conflict management seeks to get both parties what they want by finding areas of common ground and encouraging the parties to work together to solve the problem. So, basically, collaboration is where both parties in a conflict work together to find a solution that they both like and agree with. Adler and Proctor go further into explaining collaboration on pages 391 and 392 of their textbook, Looking Out, Looking In. Quote, collaboration gives you a way of creatively finding just the right answer for your unique problems. And that answer might be one that neither party thought of or expected before collaborating. By generating win-win solutions, you can create a way of resolving your conflicts that everyone can live with comfortably. Unquote. It is important to remember that when you are trying to solve conflicts in a collaborative manner, that the solution may not be the easiest or simplest to find. You may have to think outside of the box and be creative. And it is also important to remember, like Adler and Proctor shared, that the main goal of trying to find a collaborative solution to a conflict is to find a solution that works for both parties and that both parties are happy with. So how do we do this? How do we implement this idea of collaboration? Well, Adler and Proctor in their textbook, Looking Out, Looking In, share a 6-step process that can help us with this. The 6 steps they share are, quote, identify your problem and unmet needs, make a date, describe your problem and needs, consider your partner's point of view, negotiate a solution, follow up the solution, unquote. So the first step in this process, quote, identify your problem and unmet needs, unquote, involves some self-reflection. You have to decide what you think about this conflict and what you want to happen about this conflict. The second step, quote, make a date, unquote, is where you and the other party involved in this conflict make a specific time to hash it out and to figure it out, to make a resolution. The third step in this process is, quote, describe your problem and needs, unquote. In this step, you literally just describe what your thoughts and opinions and wants are about this conflict. The fourth step, quote, consider your partner's point of view, unquote, is where you pay attention and learn from your partner. What are their opinions and points of views? What are their wants? The fifth step in this process is, quote, negotiate a solution, unquote. Adler and Proctor share that one way to do this is basically just to come up with a bunch of different solutions and then examine them till you find the right one that works best for your situation. And then you implement that. You implement that solution you made up. The sixth step in this process, is, quote, follow up the solution, unquote. So this step involves looking back at your solution and seeing how it's working. What do you need to fix? What do you need to change? And then actually changing it and fixing it and making it better. So, even though this process is great, it never hurts to bring in some extra tips. So, some extra tips given by Darlene Lancer, who is a marriage therapist, are, quote, take a time out if you start to get angry. This allows you to calm down and stop reacting. Reassure your partner that you'll resume, end quote. And, quote, don't expect your partner to read your mind, end quote. You need to make sure that you aren't mad when you have a conflict, because that could lead to hurtful comments and unhelpful behavior. Also, it is important that you share all your wants and all your opinions and thoughts. After all, the other party can't help you if they don't know what you want. Another tip shared by Ronnie Moore in a scientific magazine or journal is, quote, beat up issues, not the people attached to the issues, unquote. It is important to focus on the issue and solving the issue instead of trying to belittle, hurt, or harm the other party involved in the conflict. So, in conclusion, by following the 6-step process and the tips given in this presentation, you can collaboratively solve a conflict. Not only will both you and the other party be able to get what you want, but you will be able to grow your relationship with each other, learn better communication skills, and gain many more benefits. If you don't believe me, try it yourself. Thank you.